Good morning, everyone. I am going to try to make this video as calm as I can. So let's just start out with a little barn scene here. Here is Maverick, who will give you a little show off what it is like when you have to wait for your food. Then we'll get going. So cute. They're laying in there, nice and comfy, much warmer than in their outside sty, right? Yes? You're gonna have to wait a little longer, Maverick. Do chickens first, so they have enough time. Looks like the boys took off. Not well. He's in the house. Oh, why don't I get out? Well, I want the household with the feed a little bit, because we're not getting any until next Tuesday. So what we got here has to last, right? It says, I don't know the quantity. Just eat what you give me. Good, good. Working together, right? As long as you got a little bit of our candy. Which is what this is. Candy to them. Alright? Yes. Yep. Okay, look, buddy. You stick your nose in before I have Hunter will go next to the bowl, but they'll eat that all up too. I've watched them. Pretty amazing on how with their lips they can pick up every little morsel, and just only that, right? Yes. Clean your plate. I like that. Huh? Yeah. Okay, I'm coming. I'm going to start out with move this way, but you can't get to your bowl. If you're in the way. There you go. Okay, everybody fed. Good. Cool beans. I'm going to put out the hay real quick too. And I want to show you guys this. Animals are so cool. You know, people say that chickens don't have a brain or this or that or whatever, you know. Look at this. Can you guys see that? Look at how deep they make that nest, right? Since yesterday to lay some eggs. And I'm sure that there's one hen who did that, and another hen said, woo, thanks a lot. Oh, yeah, I'll join you on that one, right? So we got 2 eggs. That's cool right there. Easy for me to get to. Wonderful. Hey. All right. how they did yesterday. Yeah. There's a little bit of waste. So, means they're getting plenty. As I said, they're getting plenty out there. I just want to make sure they come home. So, I saw a video this morning in Australia where I heard something. I'm not going to pretend to know what has gone on in every country around the world when it came to the virus, COVID-19. We, in a way, seems like we've passed through it, okay? There are still some variants out there, and but the crisis, really, when it comes down to it, has come and gone. The one thing that was mentioned in it is on how we've been lied to, this, that, and that. The COVID-19 hasn't really produced more deaths than the flu. And that got me going. That was like, come again? Come again? That's not the truth. 100%. Look here. I'm going to make this quiet. Because I just, after 2+ years, I had COVID a couple of weeks ago. And most likely I got a weaker variant. I'm not vaccinated for medical reasons. And I got the virus from someone who is vaccinated, had the boosters, and herself got sick. No less than I did, for that matter. About the same, really, when it came down to it. So, interesting? Yes. Again, if one just listens to other people and considers their own circumstances, which weren't good, then you're going to attach yourself to someone who's going to feed that not good. But that doesn't mean that that's reality. That doesn't mean that that is the truth. That doesn't mean that that is happening or has happened or that was it. Something came to my mind when I went and gave blood, and we had a sick friend, and if you go in as a friend or a relative and specifically donated blood for that person, right, they would get it. It's like, right, yes? So I went, and interesting, I went, and they do this test on the iron test, and if your blood, if they put it in the solution, sinks, that means you're good. But if it floats, right, or doesn't sink, then you're not good. You can't give blood. There's not enough iron in your blood. And so that happened to me. Yeah, so I'm going in, no, your iron is way too low. I'm going, oh, really? So what do? I went home, and I made me this concoction, which my mom told me after I lost a lot of blood with the first child, and I was so tired, and even had I wasn't fainting, but it definitely does spots, this, that, at times. And she said, I got the perfect recipe for you to get that up in a very quick amount of time. which was a glass of wine, so a cup of wine, a raw egg, and a tablespoon of sugar. Blend that up, drink it. Right? Yes, I did that. One time, the day before. Then I went back in the next day and I said, oh, you're right. I said, just check. Sure enough, they put that in there. I dropped my blood in there and it sank like a stone. They could have said, what did you do? I said, just recipe from mom, And of course, that's it. Nobody else said, what did you do? What did you actually do? What's the recipe of mom? That was it. Yeah? As soon as it was, that came from not a medical professional. I think, okay, whatever. I was able to give blood. Went home and I got a call. Could you come in every 6 weeks? That's kind of the time frame between giving blood as much as you do to restore and then be able to give again. And I said, well, I could. Why? Yeah. Well, I'm going to tell you that you are one of the 20% of the population. That's how I was told it. That was O negative. It was O positive to start with. And then you're one of the 20% of the population doesn't have a certain virus in the blood that is important not to have, especially for people with autoimmune diseases or preemies, for example, right? Oh, okay. Well, sure, I was sold. Right? But I thought about that today and on how I actually contracted the virus from someone that had the shots, had the boosters, still got sick with a variant, right? Yes? Okay. And was able to transmit it to somebody else who's never had it. I thought maybe I'm immune, right? How did I manage, even though we had people come and go? I was very, yeah, we don't need to shake that hand today. No, you don't need to have that hug today. Right? And kept kind of the distance, even if we were on the porch. It just worked out. 2+ years, never caught it. Though we had the traffic here as well, except for the worst time during that virus right at the beginning. Then we were locked in. We were locked down. We were absolutely locked down. Anybody that went out did the proper masks on, this, that, kept the distance out there, this, that. Things came back home. Everything was wiped down. All right. Just saying. And why would we do that? Okay. Again, if it comes to your own family and you know that you have elders that may or may not survive something like this, that if they are being isolated, you isolate yourself from them, this net, then they might have a chance to survive. As far as I know, with the flu shots, this net, they're only good for the flu of the last year, more or less. The next flu that comes around is already a little different. And, but I find it interesting on how, in this case, my question has remained, was this a man-made virus? Which, that's not possible. The virus had to come originally from somewhere. Was this a manipulated virus in the lab and it got out? That's still a question I would like to know. And on how that, in a way, was covered, still is covered up. And, okay. What I find interesting on that, regardless, on how devastating the first round of this virus actually was. Manipulated or not, right? In its original form, it's never showed up before, this or that. Suddenly you have this. That should give us pause. Okay? And on how then through the time of a couple of years, it has become kind of like a flu. It did. That's kind of how it felt. Oh, it wasn't pleasant, just like a flu isn't pleasant, okay? But on how it became manageable over time now that the virus has been out there, as it has been created, man-made, manipulated, man-made, on how it has lost its potency. I'm just saying, right? This isn't something that, no doubt, that needed the scientists or whoever was involved in all that wants to hear or be examined a little closer. And are we ever, unless people are starting to be honest out there, going to know the truth about it? Right? But I think we've seen the devastation of something like this. Biological warfare. I think, to me, that is worse. That is more of a threat to all of us out there, right? Crazy scientists, what are you doing? Okay, just saying, if that was the case, then an atomic bomb, which is bad enough already. To have that kind of a threat on anyone's back. Right? Yes. Okay. I think you guys are ready. So, to get back to the video that I saw, the main thing in it is on how COVID-19 was compared to the flu. Then you have to prove to me first that all the videos that I saw that went around, especially from the Middle East, India, and South America, where they buried people by the hundreds, I want to say thousands, but I can't say that. I've seen the videos with all the graves already dug. I've seen the videos of undertakers, funeral home directors in all these different places in the world where they were overrun with people to take care of. And they worked day and night to do it in their way, in their country and how it's done, in a respectful way, trying, and worked for free often to do so. Now you have to first debunk all these videos that went around where the devastation of people dying, so many in droves, are not true. You have to debunk these videos first. Because all I can tell you is, I don't know anywhere in the world where the flu has caused that kind of devastation at this time. These guys are all quiet going, we're going to have to let her finish up. And then, of course, I have my little buddy here who says, you go. I've got you. Come on. You could have been slow on. Huh? What? What do you want to do? You need a pad? Huh? Are you with me? Huh? Now I lost my little spiritual dog. I guess I got my little spiritual donkey now. He's quite sensitive to mood swings and stuff. Okay, you need to go out. Go on. Oh, he says, hey. There's some out there, buddy. Go get it. Are you ready? Are you going to be next? Huh? How much longer can an old horse like you make it? Huh? You want to stay in? Would you like to stay in? How about staying in today? Huh? You really need to go out? Huh? You want to go out? Huh? You sure? Oh, he's ready. Look. As soon as I open this, he's ready to go. No, don't leave me in. Don't leave me in there. He wants to go out. Oops, 1 foot at a time. Oh, you got this. Yeah, okay. Whoops, little leaving. Yeah, he's good. I gotta watch him. He's gained a little bit more weight than I think is good for him, considering that they carry everything around on their legs, right? Yes. Okay. So that went through. I saw that and I'm going, wow, really? I'll tell you what. Since my children know that if I would have gotten the virus early, I can't be put on medication, this, that. Oh, I could, but that probably would have greater side effects than actually going through the sickness. They didn't take any chances. They just didn't. Why not? Gosh, it's their freedom. What do they care about their mother? Huh? Why should they? Oh, my freedom's taken away. I don't want to wear a mask. I don't want to do this. I don't want to blah, blah, blah. So, I know. See, is this calm? My question out there to everyone that, now, first of all, why are you doing this? Around here, I saw a lot of videos on Facebook where the children and the grandchildren drive by grandparents' home and they're sitting out there in the car and the grandparents are at the window and they're waving at each other because that seemed to be the safest way at the time, right, to communicate. Yet they did that. I've seen that. Many people around here did that. So now, you have to ask yourself, who did you have in your life during that time that you really cared about? And even though there were some restrictions there to snap, would you be willing? Were you willing at that time to take that chance? Us not really knowing. As I said, were we all told the truth this now? From the amount of deaths all around the world, okay, at least with the countries that were honest about it, there were a lot of them. Way more than a flu at this time, not talking about 1918, a sickness has produced, the amount of death. Where's your head, people, when it comes to stuff like that? Really, where is it? In all my family, some got vaccinated. I didn't feel, we acknowledge there's something going on. How do we preserve, if that is the case that we need to do, each other's lives? And chances that some of my children did take, that was on them. But did they? I would be very sad to know as a parent that because of their own selfish desires or unwillingness to just work together on something that we haven't seen in a long time happening all around the world, that they would just not care. I'd be very, very sad to know that one of my children had that kind of selfish, unacceptable behavior towards others. So some got vaccinated, still got the virus, then got vaccinated, still got the virus again, just depending on how busy they were out there, but everybody survived it, except for one sister-in-law who got the vaccine and due to her health problems, 3 weeks later had her heart gave out. Was that just her time? Did it have something to do with the vaccine? Well, the time frame in this not, but 100% to say, yeah, that was it, we can't say. Of course not. How are you going to do that? Right. Yes? Yeah. So, again, I think with COVID-19 that went around this now, it's either things are being hyped up so bad that You're going, okay, in certain areas. Or then they're being talked down to where you're going, well, I know that's not right either. But where's the truth? Really, when it comes to all down to it, to all of it. And the truth is within your own family. How much do you actually care? When you don't know, we're not all scientists, right? Yes? We're not. We kind of have to go with some of the information that we are being given by people who should know better, and where you hope you're not just going to get hoodwinked, right? For another agenda or something. But again, on all the videos that we saw out there of people dying in droves, on how suddenly the dying, the dead, it became so overwhelming that it didn't just become a gotta bury a few dead, gotta bury a lot of them. You see? Does that make sense? So you have to start within your family first and what we all went through, and see, okay, how did that go within my own family? And who survived and who didn't? Rather than become a part of something that, to me now, that doesn't make any sense. I think that COVID-19 was no more than a flu, didn't cause no more deaths than a flu. That's absolutely false. Absolutely false. There's no doubt in my mind. So it's very sad to see that. And again, once again, seeing all the crowds there, listening to the scanner, I'm going, oh, right there. I'd have walked away. I said, nope, done. Because that's not true. And if that's not true, how much of anything else he had to say was not true? Just to get my attention, to get mad again over something. Oh, my freedom this, my freedom that. That, really? I gave up some of my freedom during that time because it was the right thing to do. It was just the right thing to do. Done. I knew that myself from my heart to mind. And praying and hoping that this shall pass too. I'm going to bring this up one more time. That I don't see addressed anymore. What was this virus? Actually. And where truly did it come from? In the form that it did. I don't think we'll ever hear the truth about that, because, dear me, right? I don't think we'll hear the truth about that. So then now I'm thinking, okay, we've gone through this. The whole world has gone through that. So will this happen again? Because who hasn't learned from that? Or did we learn from it? Or the ones who should have learned from it? Okay. Obviously, you can hear which direction I'm going with all this in my beliefs, right? Though I don't have any proof. I have no proof. None whatsoever. But I put some materials together, studied some up on it, as much as my mind is capable to absorb without all the scientific studies, the terms and the knowing. But I mentioned about the blood. We carry, I don't carry that one particular vitamin. I may now. That's been a long time ago. And I gave blood for a long time till I got pregnant. Then I couldn't, right? Yes? Then we moved here. And I saw how some people gave blood here and what they ended up with. The bruises, this and that. I'm going, no, nah, unless it's an emergency for, I'm not doing it. I do not like needles. I'm one of those, oh my gosh, needles. Oh. There's just something about a needle going into your arm. I watch it and it's like everything starts to churn. I can take a deer apart. I can skin a deer. I can skin a goat. I can take the guts out. This doesn't bother me at all. But to see a needle going to an arm or a leg it freaks me out. I mean, it doesn't freak me out. There's just something about it that, yeah. We all have our little things that, yeah. And so yeah, giving blood is a needle is going into your arm. So if I can't be around people who are really good at it, yeah, unless it's an emergency for someone, probably not going to go and do it. Anyway, yeah, okay, all right. I have a little bit of a selfish side there too. But so this virus, do we ever get rid of a virus that we pick up? Well, we develop antibodies for it, right? So now we have antibodies for that virus for the rest of our lives in our system. Well, that means that in a way, right, the original virus is still present. Okay, I don't know. I didn't. That's kind of what it sounds like to me. Okay, because even though 80% of the population has this virus in the blood, that your blood kind of loses its value to certain other people that need blood. It's still good for others who have it, but it's there. The virus is there to stay, but it isn't causing any kind of havoc in your system. It's just there because you have developed antibodies, but virus sounds like to me, that's kind of how I understood it, is there, still there, right? Yes? Okay. So, what do you think? Well, in any case, that's what I wanted to just mention on, that was, just beware. Beware what you believe out there. Beware what you get sucked into, okay? That look first in your own life, in your own family, on how truthful that rings. And again, with the internet, we've seen the devastation this virus has caused. Not just because of the restrictions, the actual virus all around the world. So we should learn from that. I hope people will learn from that and not play it down to a hoax. Because as I said, there's a lot of videos out there with a lot of diseased people at the time that needed to be taken care of. You debunk that first. Every one of them, you debunk that first. Before you go out there and say that COVID-19 was didn't cause no more deaths than a flu. Okay? At this time. All right? Or 2 years ago. That's what I wanted to say. The rest of it, really, when it comes down to it, I say, are we ever going to know the truth about this? Maybe, maybe not. In the meantime, right, I will survive. I have survived. So has just about everyone in my immediate family. And yeah. Okay? Right? Yeah. All right. Didn't lose a friend either, as far as I know. Yeah. Yeah. All right. That's all I have to say today. I was so upset. I was reeling after I saw that. I was reeling. And again, how am I spiritually connected to spirit world where there are so many spirits there now who did pass away when this virus broke out? And not that, oh, they're all mad or this or that in spirit. That's not what it is. But to just downplay it like this, that would upset me as a spirit. That would not ring true and not ring right. And I, as a spirit who has passed away from COVID, would want to have something to say about it. Yes? So I'm saying for all of them, please don't downplay our deaths over this virus. Please don't do that. That was a very devastating time all around the world. Did our governments all do all the right thing, this, that? If everybody could have just done whatever they wanted out there during that time, I believe the death toll would be much higher. That's why, please don't disregard all the deaths that we did have all around the world. That is disrespectful and absolutely not necessary to do so. Because what? You didn't have your 100% freedom to do whatever you wanted? Okay, just saying. Wow, what a selfish thing. What a selfish way to be out there. Not nice. Not good. Not nice. Absolutely on the side of wrong. That's all I have to say today. God's love and blessings always. And I will talk to you all another time.